Okay, I am so excited for this week's episode. Ellie is one of our newer agents. She actually just wrapped up her first year in real estate on March 1st. So excited to hear all that you've learned and hear about all of your success. So, Ellie, what got you into real estate?
So my parents actually sold off about an acre of their land. We live out south, and our new neighbors that moved in, one of them was Erin Kunch. So
cool.
A phenomenal agent here in the office, and she introduced me to the launch program.
Cool.
I've always been very entrepreneurial. I owned a mowing business and also own and operate a window cleaning business.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so when did you, I have to know, when did you start these two businesses?
Mowing, I was really young. Honestly, just started for family and then kind of like grew word of mouth throughout the neighborhood. And then with the window cleaning, it was like sophomore year of high school, I believe.
Okay.
So I've had it for a little while now.
Do you still have it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's very fun. We started by going just door to door, and that's how we got all of our jobs.
Do you do residential or?
Yes.
Perfect.
Mainly residential, sometimes commercial.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you for following me on that tangent. Okay. So real estate. How long after you met Erin did you decide, I want to do this?
I would say it's just a couple months.
Okay.
I'm living at home, and I didn't necessarily want to go the 4-year college route. I kind of wanted to just like dive headfirst into owning my own business.
Yeah. So
the launch program was like phenomenal for that.
That's amazing, because let's be very clear. You are, by realtor standards especially, quite young.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Very young.
Like under 20?
Yes.
Okay.
19.
19. Incredible. And you've seen a lot of success. So tell me what your experience with the launch program was like.
I think it was crucial to my success. The structure that they provide with just multiple classes a week, and they also do like a Wednesday night warriors.
Okay.
So for people that are dual career, they can go in the evening. And the support I was getting from my coach was amazing. I can't say better things about Megan.
Okay. So you had in like a personal coach, or was this like a group coach?
She coaches multiple people.
Okay.
There's the head of the program, which is Kristen. And then Megan and Angel, they kind of like split up the agents. So I got a lot of one-on-one time with her, but it's also kind of a group thing.
Gotcha. So group coaching paired with the one-on-one coaching.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Another thing I'll add for the launch program is they challenge you a lot.
Okay.
They really push you to get outside your comfort zone early on, which was really beneficial. And they celebrate your victories. So we've thrown like parties, and just all the agents in launch support each other and uplift each other.
I love that. So because especially when you're getting started, it can feel very lonely, very isolating. So it sounds to me like being a part of launch really made it feel like more of a team and a community environment. Is
100%.
that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I do want to ask you said that they pushed you outside of your comfort zone. What was that like? What did they do?
Good question. Like my very first week, the first class I attended, they basically told us we need to go hold an open house. Okay. So I was like, whoa, I'm not ready for that. But it was exactly what I needed to get kind of in the live audience of talking to people who are actually in the market.
That's amazing. So in terms of, telling you to do things to push you outside of your comfort zone, is it then left up to you to go ahead and do it? Or what does that look like?
Yes, pretty much nailed it. Of course, they won't like force you to do anything. And you kind of pay for the program, so you get in you get out what you put into it.
Absolutely.
So they're not like keeping tally marks and seeing if you did it or not, but it's best to, I would say.
Absolutely. To your point, they put a plan in place.
Yes.
And if you follow the plan, even when it's uncomfortable, you'll see success. Would that be fair?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, perfect. So launch pushed you outside of your comfort zone. What were those first few months like for you business-wise?
It was really a lot of time spent learning, I would say. I was kind of studying the ins and outs of contracts and trying to not only understand them myself, but to be able to explain them to clients so they know what they're signing. And then again, just like going to networking events and like being in a community where you can eventually get business from it.
Okay, so talk to me about that. Going to networking events. When I was an agent, that's exactly one of the avenues I used to build my business. So what networking events did you attend?
Through a window connection, just someone's house that we cleaned.
Uh-huh.
She was an insurance agent. So they host these like pickleball events, and you go play pickleball and just network with a bunch of other business owners and some of like fun other pop-ups around the city and stuff.
Okay, so you can have fun and do business at the same time.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yes.
So first few months, a lot of learning, networking. What did it feel like to get that first contract?
So my first contract was a little interesting. It was actually in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
So it ended up going into like a referral, but it was very fun. It wasn't the contracts that I had been studying. They were in a different MLS, but it was an incredible learning experience. And we ended up finding the perfect house for the buyers, and they were really happy with it.
That's amazing. And talk to me about the whole first year. What I know you saw a lot of success, so share with me your numbers and what you did.
I just closed my 5th deal.
Nice, congrats.
Thank you. Yes, 3 were buyers, 2 were listings.
Okay, awesome.
My first listing was probably my proudest moment. This was the second deal. I think all of the hard work door knocking. I door knocked the entire neighborhood and asked basically all the neighbors to tell their friends and family that this house is coming soon.
Okay.
And the first day we went live, we got $100,000 over asking.
Wow.
With like a $50K appraisal waiver and box 2 in its present condition.
That's amazing.
So that was very fun.
Absolutely. I'm sure your sellers were thrilled.
Yes.
Awesome job. Awesome. So looking ahead, what are you most excited about?
I have a pretty ambitious goal set for myself.
Okay.
I'd like to sell $21 million in real estate at the age of 21.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
So pairing 21 and 21.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, so we've got a few years to do that then.
Just over 2 years if I'm at like the end of 21.
Okay, perfect. And so $21 million for your 21st year. What does it look like for this next year?
I need to ramp up my lead gen for sure. I think I want to focus on calling my database, just everyone that I already know, and also jump into social media.
Cool.
I've been kind of pushing that off, but I think that's the best way to go.
Now's the time. Well, because it's free.
Yeah, exactly.
It's free, and we're all on it anyway, so may as well use it to build your business.
I completely agree.
Cool. Well, I think it's really cool that you also, saw the success with launch being a new agent. Your first year's so hard, but you also are operating a whole nother business. Do you sleep?
I do. I try to get 8 hours every night. I did kind of let back a little bit on the window business. Not a huge priority, but it's an amazing side hustle. And I'm fortunate enough to not need that steady income at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's been really great to focus on real estate.
Totally. So what would you recommend for an agent who is watching this and they're, just getting started or maybe thinking about a career in real estate? What piece of advice would you give them?
I'm going to steal this from the head coach, Kristen, but to always be persistent and consistent.
Okay.
Extremely important, not only in lead gen, but like lead follow-up, to just consistently reach out to maybe someone you met at an open house, for example, and it seems like they're ghosting you. You reach out 3 to 4 times, but on the 5th attempt, they'll come back. And in my experience, they've been really thankful that I didn't stop reaching out because life just gets busy.
Sure. And
they weren't ready at the moment. And on top of that, to just be patient, because for a lot of people, it takes like 6 to 9 months to close their first deal. And it will come if you just keep putting in the work. But
that is so true. It's so easy to get frustrated and, see other people having their success and their wins. But if you just keep going, it will happen. So awesome point. Thank you. So outside of actually selling real estate in terms of like helping people buy and sell homes, how else are you taking a look at your real estate career?
I would really like to get into investing.
Okay.
If you're familiar with house hacking.
Yep.
I really want to own my first property and then just live there for maybe the minimum amount required for loan purposes.
Okay.
And buy the second one and just start renting out the first.
Awesome.
I think it'd be really cool to have properties kind of all around the US that I could go visit when I like and just put them on short-term rentals.
Oh, so smart. Yeah, then you're not paying for a place to stay because people are paying for that for you.
Exactly, yes.
So cool. So if you're looking outside of the Kansas City area, where would your first investment property be out of state?
That's a good question. I want to say somewhere tropical like Florida.
Okay.
But also on completely other end, maybe somewhere in the mountains like Colorado.
Yeah.
But something that's definitely getting high traffic and a lot of tourists like to go.
Perfect. Very smart. Well, I am so glad we had the opportunity to sit down and talk. Thank you so much for sharing your success. I know that there's tons of new agents, looking up to you and appreciating you for sharing your insights.
Thank you so much. It was great meeting you.
Yeah, thank you.